Hello Aries, welcome to your September 2024 reading. In this reading I'm going to be taking a look at you and the person on your mind. This is going to be specifically for messages for the brokenhearted, so for those of you who need guidance or support or clarity on a situation to heal from some sort of pain or heartbreak is going to be my focus of the reading. Let me know your thoughts about this format or if it resonates. For those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while, know I took a long break from YouTube. I really appreciate anyone who's still watching. I'm not going to go too much of a speech, but I really appreciate it. Okay, so first card I get is the King of Wands in reverse, which is your card, Aries, in reverse. So for those of you who may be feeling like you're not yourself these days because of this heartbreak, the Chariot, Five of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, I don't see you, sitting around not doing anything, like really isolating. I feel like you're still moving forward with your life, but you're still kind of holding on. I don't know why I'm getting like the picture, like my mind's eye of like you replaying like harsh words that were said or some sort of fight in your head over and over again. But like still moving forward, but it's still there. Like it hasn't gone away, but you're not letting that take over your life. I don't, is not what I'm getting. Could be with a Taurus. Lots of fire sign cards here, so it could also be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Eight of Wands. Things aren't moving forward in terms of the communication with this person as maybe you would have hoped or that you were thinking might happen. I get in terms of your life, what are you moving forward in with your life, Aries? Moving past loss and trying to release the past here with the Ten of Wands. So for some of you, it could mean you're like seeing another person or starting to think about that. But either way, I see a lot of you kind of releasing this burden, moving forward, but trying to move past like the loss of this is what I'm getting. Maybe this person could be very in and out in terms of your life or in communication with the Eight of Wands, but you feel like the communication is kind of at a standstill here. Ace of Wands. The good news is I think you'll be stepping more into like your power, so to speak, later in the month or at some point. I don't see you kind of being in this like, I don't know, like I said, period of feeling like not yourself or feeling off. I don't see that lasting for very long. I see a lot of you kind of really reigniting what's important to you. For those of you, maybe some of you, that's like a creative thing, or could be also like Ace of Wands, like physical energy. I don't know what why I have that in my mind, but for some of you that do some sort of like activity physically, like working out or like some sort of sport or something, I see a lot of you kind of getting back into feeling like yourself. Like Aries to me is a very physical sign. Like you guys are very good in that sort of world. So I think a lot of you maybe feeling like yourself again will be actively going and doing things and like not holding yourself back from that in any way. King of Cups. I think you, this is a weird message, but for a lot of you, I think you'll kind of just give up on like holding out for some sort of sign from this person. Page of Cups to me is like a checking, like social media or checking someone's like, or trying to like hear information or whatever the case is, like trying to still keep that active. I see a lot of you kind of just like focusing on yourself and saying like, it actually makes me feel a lot better when I don't even bother with that sort of stuff. So Death card. Yeah, I mean, to me, that could mean that someone new is entering your life. It could mean that just like you accepting that this is over. Could be dealing with someone with Scorpio placements, for sure. Cancer. Oh, and the good news is with Death card, I'm getting the Ten of Cups, which is to me like marriage, commitment, and then justice. So this can be interpreted a lot of ways. I'm not saying you're going to get married at the end of the month, but I am saying for a lot of you, like really grieving this and then, leaving in the past with the Death card, I think will end up leading you to like, what you really want. Like Ten of Cups is like manifestation, wish fulfillment, like getting what you desire and also like the highest level of commitment or like connection. So I think you will. Could be with a Libra eventually. Keep that in mind. Maybe for those of you that meet a Libra, it could be someone that you end up being with. But yeah, I feel like for a lot of you will get, this person will get what's coming to them. You'll get what's, what you have been seeking, which is just like, this is a card of like fairness. So I don't know. I get this being like a good decision to leave this behind with the Death card. I think for a lot of you it could mean, that's only opening the door up for something that's more fair, balanced, equal give and take sort of thing. Hope this is making sense so far, or, resonating to some degree. Let's look at the person on your mind now, with the intention of giving Aries like some clarity or helping them move forward, or getting them to see things from a new perspective, but with not the intention of keeping them stuck in something, because that's my intention, is not to keep people stuck, especially since this reading is you're coming to it for a heartbreak. It's more to provide clarity and give you some insight for those of you that can't communicate or haven't heard or gotten closure from this person. So Page of Swords in reverse, this person is definitely, I was saying earlier, I saw you like maybe in the past kind of checking up on this person. I think they're checking up on you now. That's definitely like trying to find out new information or trying to find out whatever they can, like kind of that desperate, like just needing to seek some answers, like in, by not speaking directly to you. For some of you, they could be kind of like, if for those of you that have anything public on Instagram or whatever, I feel like they could be checking up on that. The Lovers card in reverse. Could be dealing with Pisces. I got a lot of water, so for sure Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone with heavy water placements. So, okay, they definitely have a take on it. They definitely have a perspective that's different than yours. With the Lovers card in reverse, I feel like they're definitely heartbroken or feeling like you guys were a perfect match and that fell out. Aries, I'm also getting the Six of Pentacles in reverse, which means like they feel like they wasted a lot of time or, effort into this, or feeling like things were out of balance. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming that means that they thought that was on their end, but they could have like acknowledged that a lot of the work was done on your part. Like there was, Six of Pentacles is like unequal amounts of energy or investment here. So the Star card in reverse, what's the Star card in reverse doing here? Yeah, I think if you think that they've given up, or it seems like they've given up, or, that's the feeling that you're getting from this, I think that you guys both got the Justice card, so I think you guys are both really considering at this point, like, what, I don't know, like, trying to find the right words to describe this, but, like, what feels right to me, or what's like true to me isn't necessarily true to the other person. Like, I think that they have their way of doing things and then you have your way, and it's not balanced. And I think that they're acknowledging like they're giving up. If they are giving up, I feel like it's because they're like something is not equal in this. And also I think that there could just be not emotionally available. I don't know why this came to mind. This could be pregnancy, or like being infertile. So maybe if there was some problems with like, one of you wanting children and one of you not wanting children, or one of you having children and that not working with the other person's lifestyle. I don't know, something like that. Or it could be just like a, like a alignment of like, life plans and goals like that not really being equal with each other. I don't know. Wanting different things out of life and not really finding a way to compromise on that, I guess, is maybe more so what I'm trying to get at. This person could have big changes coming into their life. Ooh. Tower card and the Moon card in reverse. Why is the Moon card in reverse here? For some of you, this person could be moving like out of a city. Keep that in mind. They could have some really big changes coming up in their life. They could also be very repressed. I don't know if this makes sense, but the Moon card in reverse to me is like almost holding something, keeping something such a secret that you almost forget about it, like just very repressed. Maybe this person has some like past trauma or something like that, where they're really like they can't necessarily, like it feels like sometimes they're not in control because of that. They could also be really like keeping a lot of secrets from you, or had kept a lot of secrets from you. I don't necessarily see this person like taking any action, which I think makes sense like with where you're at this month as well, or where you have been, Aries. I think that this person's kind of sitting on something. I don't know if that means that they won't act are planning to do something in the future, but I feel like at least for right now, like they're kind of a vault, and they're keeping something in. with the moon card in reverse, but they're not planning on expressing that anytime soon. I don't know if that makes sense. This has been kind of a weird reading. It's not as straightforward as some of the other ones I've done. But yeah, I feel like they're sitting on some information for sure. I feel like they're trying to figure out what's going on in your life, and I think they're kind of resentful, like I said, about maybe like them feeling like they invested and it didn't pay off, or feeling like things weren't equal. This is also kind of like a more negative thing to say, but I feel like this is just what came to mind, is like maybe at one point they felt like they had power over you or control over you, and they're like upset that that isn't the case anymore. Like maybe for some of you, you're kind of on to them and they can't really hide in the way that they used to. Very specific message, but hopefully that made sense. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick reading on like what does Aries need to know, you know, outside of just Aries as a person, their person separately. What is at play here with the dynamic between the two of you that could be affecting or could have ended things, or I don't know. I like to think of it, I guess what I'm trying to get at is I like to think of like a relationship or something like that as like sort of like a dance or, you know, a play between two actors. Like sometimes, you know, someone can bring out something in you, like especially if you feel very intensely about them, like you won't necessarily act in the way that you think yourself to be. Like maybe you get triggered and like get more anxious or get more avoidant or get more angry or whatever the case is. Like when I'm saying the dynamic, I mean like what is it about you two that's bringing out something maybe not so healthy, or that can help you get some closure on the situation, Aries. Okay, 5 of Cups in reverse. I think you guys were, I don't know, maybe loss was something at play here, or maybe just the loss of each other has interesting. 5 of Wands. I think I got this earlier, so either you may be kind of argumentative with this person, you know, or this person is argumentative with you. I can't get that word out. Maybe something about you, like because, or 5 of Cups could mean in reverse, like you guys holding on to things and maybe your emotional side of things, like maybe not wanting to, you know, show the other person that you are sad or show the other person that you're hurt. So instead, like you guys both act in this more like defensive, angry sort of space. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. 3 of Wands in reverse. I think you guys both also struggled maybe with trying to make sense of each other long term. Like maybe one or both of you couldn't see how you fit into each other's lives, or it didn't really make sense in this like practical way, which makes also maybe conflicts arise in this. The Moon card and 8 of Cups, I got this again. So maybe someone in this always leaves whenever they feel like too much anxiety or too much, like instead of addressing the problem with you directly, they just leave. 8 of Cups, like they're like, you know, maybe this has happened multiple times whenever like conflict rises, or like I said, you know, someone feels insecure or anxious, they just leave because that's just their like initial reaction. I get the sense that maybe both of you guys are carrying on some hurt from the past, and it's hard for you guys to communicate directly with one another, or like I said, it could just be one of you. 7 of Pentacles. This is going to be harsh, but I think, Aries, if you think to yourself sometimes like, I feel better when they're not around because we're not fighting, they could be feeling the same way. Like, it doesn't mean that there's not some good parts about this, but I feel like one or both of you feels better without the drama sometimes. Could be you, Aries, with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Like you think like, I think I'd just be better off, you know, trying to figure out my stuff on my own because this person stresses me out, or vice versa. I mean, it's not easy though, because I'm getting a lot of like 5 of Cups and now the 5 of Pentacles. That's like severe, you know, grief and loss and sadness. So it's like, you guys are stuck between a rock and a hard place. You guys both feel the same way. Like when I'm with you, you really stress me out. But when I'm without you, I feel like devastated. But then like it's just like you can't, the Fool card in reverse, I don't, you know, maybe you won't agree with this, Aries, but like in terms of how you guys are both mutually like acting towards each other, I feel like you both don't want to like really take a risk, or maybe that's been a problem like throughout your you know, relationship with each other, where you guys kind of both want to feel like in control or on top of things, or like you know, you don't want to feel foolish, like both of you don't want to like say, you know, something that feels like way too intense or too vulnerable, so you guys both like keep up this like guarded thing here. Yeah, hopefully that's made sense. Okay, I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down, so one or both of you. I saw a lot of fighting here, Aries, so yeah. Even though we shouldn't, I still want you. I don't, maybe that's the element that I was talking about of like you guys not making sense long term or really fitting to each other's lives. Maybe there's a social aspect here. And then this says, I promise you. So maybe that means for those of you that this, you know, you made promises to each other, they were, at least the intention was to keep those promises. Like it wasn't just all a lie. For those of you that need to hear that. I know I was a distraction from your pain. Yeah, so this more so than any sign I've done so far, there's a lot of heaviness, like, you know, two people dealing with some really serious kind of feelings here. And I can't stop thinking about you, so you guys are definitely on each other's minds, for those of you that have been relating to this so far. Sorry if it's slightly out of focus. I can't really tell from this far away. Okay, so I'm just going to give some quick, like, more spiritual advice or guidance from this oracle deck, and, you know, with the intention of, you know, helping you move forward and heal, Aries. So I'm getting nurture and openness. So I think I mentioned earlier in the reading that it will do you well to at least, like, keep an open mind when it comes to, you know, finding someone new or opening yourself up to new opportunities or people. This could mean with nurture, it could mean nurturing yourself, or also like, you know, I don't know, I get like reaching out to your friends that you feel comforted by, or family that you feel comforted by, or, you know, saying like, maybe I don't need this type of dynamic with someone, or I don't need a relationship with someone where I don't feel like safe enough to be vulnerable. That's a little bit more sad, but I don't know, maybe like thinking like, oh, maybe I do want to be nurtured. Maybe I want to be with someone that feels like really safe. Like I don't have to play games or put my guard up. Like maybe I should start looking or like accepting that more in my life. Yeah. So those are the messages I got from you. I hope that this has made sense and it, you know, has brought you some clarity. Let me know your thoughts, and hope that you guys have a safe month. Take care.